Hey dudes, Silvatiltus here, back again with another classic WoW video. With the TBC Anniversary servers right around the corner, it's about time to start thinking about what class and spec to play. And while there are tons of super sweaty 20-minute guides out there, I thought it might be better to offer just some quick, no-nonsense guides to help you hit the ground running, especially with all the changes that the expansion brings to the various different classes and specs. So today, we're kicking off that new series with my personal favorite class of all time, the Shadow Priest. This spec was my OG back in original TBC, and let me tell you, it is awesome. You bring solid damage, massive utility, and you make your entire party love you for your mana regen. So let's dive in and talk about how to quickly play a Shadow Priest decently in the Burning Crusade. Shadow has one build in the Burning Crusade, and that's 14-0-47. While leveling or respeccing, start with Shadow and pick up the following: 5 points in Spirit Tap, 5 points in Shadow Focus, 2 points in Improved Shadow Word Pain, and 3 points in Shadow Affinity, 1 point in Mind Flay, and 5 points in Improved Mind Blast, 4 points in Shadow Weaving, and 2 points in Shadow's Reach, 1 point in Vampiric Embrace, and 3 points in Focused Mind in the next tier, then 5 points in Darkness. You'll want 1 point in Shadow Form and 4 points in Shadow Power, and then 5 points in Misery in the next tier. Finally, you'll put your final Shadow point into Vampiric Touch, as this is your ticket to a raid spot. Once the Shadow Tree is filled in, move over to the Discipline Tree and grab 5 points in Unbreakable Will, 2 points in Improved Power Word Fortitude, and 3 in Improved Power Word Shield, 1 point in Inner Focus, and then 3 points in Meditation. This build will be sufficient for basically everything PvE. Adjust as needed when you get more familiar with the class, but this is basically your bread and butter. Your job as a Shadow Priest in the Burning Crusade is honestly one of the cleanest it's ever been. Keep Vampiric Touch up for the mana generation and Misery debuff, deal consistent dot damage, and throw in clutch utility with Dispels, Mass Dispel, and Shackle Undead when needed. Basically, you're a cool-looking support DPS class. Alright, let's talk buttons. When leveling, use Mind Blast, Shadow Word Pain, Mind Flay, and then Wand until the mob is dead. From level 60 onwards though, you'll really want to follow the main rotation. When opening up, you'll pretty much always do the following: Vampiric Touch, followed by Shadow Word Pain, Mind Blast, Shadow Word Death, and then fill with Mind Flay. As the fight progresses, your priorities throughout the fight are as follows: always keep up Vampiric Touch and Shadow Word Pain, cast Mind Blast on cooldown, cast Shadow Word Death on cooldown as long as you have enough HP to survive, and fill in with Mind Flay. Also, remember to apply Vampiric Embrace during single target fights to help with raid healing. Shadow Priest AoE does not exist, so your AoE rotation is basically just spreading dots on all the targets. If you manage to spread dots on everything, toss in some Mind Blasts on targets with Vampiric Touch up. You don't have many cooldowns, but the ones you do have matter a lot. Shadow Fiend should be used early on long fights so that it comes back sooner, otherwise just pop it when you're around 40 or 50% mana to get back up near full. Inner Focus can be used for a free high crit Mind Blast, or a panic heal if things start to go south and you need to step up as a healer. But that's pretty much it. Shadow Priest stat priority is really easy. Number 1 is Spell Hit until cap, then Spell Damage. Spell Haste will be third, from phase 3 onward, then you go with Crit and Spirit. Couple quick reminders. If you have 5 points in the Shadow Focus talent, you only need 76 spell hit rating in order to cap versus bosses, so after that just go for straight spell damage. Haste is crazy good once it starts appearing in later phases, but it won't be available till phase 3, so really lots of spell damage. Shadow Priests get access to some amazing crafted gear really early on in the expansion. If you're a tailor, the Frozen Shadow Weave set is absolutely amazing, and combined with the Spell Strike hood and pants, you can basically be set with 5 slots right from the get-go. Furthermore, by doing heroics, you can snag the coveted icon of the Silver Crescent from 41 badges pretty much right away, which will last basically forever. Of course, you don't have to get these pieces, but they're pretty accessible if you want solid gear without worrying about RNG. If you plan on raiding with full consumables, here are the things you want to pick up. Firstly, your flask should be the Flask of Pure Death. If that's too costly, you can go with an Elixir of Major Shadow Power with an Elixir of Major Mage Blood instead. For food, you'll want to pick up Blackened Basilisks, Crunchy Serpents, or Poached Bluefish for the plus 23 spell damage they offer. And on your weapon, make sure to apply Superior Wizard Oils. For your enchants and gems, basically just put spell power on everything. Pure red spell power gems in almost all sockets. Of course, making sure that you meet whatever requirements you have for any meta gems. For your meta gem, Mystical Skyfire Diamonds is BIS, but the Swift Skyfire Diamonds can also be considered. It really just depends on if you want the movement speed increase, or if you can handle the haste proc correctly. But yeah, that's basically your whole shopping list. Easy. So, there you have it. A quick and clean overview of how to play the Shadow Priest in the Burning Crusade Anniversary. To summarize, just keep your dots rolling, keep Mind Blast and Shadow Word Death on cooldown, and fill with Mind Flay. Stack spell power, and pump out that sweet mana regen for your group as one of the most valuable DPS specs in the entire game. But what do you all think? Are you planning to roll a Shadow Priest in the Burning Crusade Anniversary? Or are you going with a different class this time around? Let me know in the comments down below, and tell me what you'd like to see next. As always, if you enjoyed this video or found it useful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more TBC and classic content coming soon. But anyway, that's it for today. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, take it easy, guys.